I'm not seeing anything yet, even though they've both started. Oh,
There we go.
I was really hoping to see that Blat timer start up, and now I'm pretty satisfied. So,
yeah, that timer is amazing. All right, so we'll get some sync here in just a minute.
Yeah, you're going to see CFB's stream pause just slightly, and then he catches up with Lenophis, or Lenophis catches up with him, and we're good to go. They're heading downward, and they're going to see what their first two items are.
All right, so, and as they mentioned in commentary with Keku and Mario, I believe it was, neither of these runners are using moonfall techniques, no moonwalk, so
yeah,
we'll see it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
You're fine. So we won't see any moonfall tech from them. Really only saves a few seconds throughout the run, so not that big of a time loss.
Yeah, agreed on that part. It can be awkward if you haven't practiced it, so definitely. And we see Space Jump for the first item here.
Space Jump first item. One thing to note about the logic, you're guaranteed to get Morph Ball as one of your first two items, whether it be in Blue Brinstar Ceiling or at Morph Ball's location. The decision making for that was based on the fact that you have to get Morph Ball early regardless to be able to open up certain item locations. So they made that decision. Good damage boost. Oh, Leno's struggling a little bit. Yeah, just go ahead and kill him. Use Space Jump to get it.
Yeah, the good thing about Space Jump is you don't even have to worry about this damage boost. You can pretty much just get the item. Although, as we all know, Space Jump out of water is not a fun thing to do.
Yeah. So, just doing the route, collecting ammo. I find, well, they didn't get Morphball first item. That's why they didn't go down first.
CFB now has missiles and supers. That means he can't do the route he did before, where he basically went into Green Brinstar right away. So he will be...
Leno opting to not check the missile, the area below there, and that'll work out in his favor because that's super missiles. Having extra supers early on is not that important. Like, as long as you get about 10 by the time you clear through Pink Brinstar, you're all right.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is sometimes because of Charge's location, you want to make sure you gather at least 25, maybe 30 supers, just so if you go down to Lower Norfair early, you can kill Ridley.
Yeah. But there's plenty of minor item locations in Norfair and along the route there that you can check, so I definitely like that decision by... Well, I don't like the decision, I like that it paid out for Leno.
Yeah. So both of these guys will probably go and visit Bomb Trezo now, before anything else. They only have Space Jump, they have no access to Gauntlet yet. Gauntlet could contain a pretty interesting item, we've seen some interesting things there, but they'll have to revisit that later if they're missing something.
Now, question, Toplo, if you were them and you got bombs at Bomb Trezo, would you check Gauntlet?
I would not, no.
You don't think so?
If I got Screw Attack, that's a different story. And there it is!
Screw Attack!
And so CFB gets Screw Attack, and let's see if he decides to go into Gauntlet to see what's up there.
I think he will. It's definitely a good check because you can collect the minor items while you're up there. Well, no, you can't because there's that one. Don't worry, guys. I have played this game before.
Yeah, there's after you have the major item, you need to get through the bottom section. You need bombs. You need power bombs to get through there. Bombs. So CFB is going to save here and going to go check Gauntlet.
Looks like Leno is thinking the same thing. This is definitely a good play. I like it. The save is good here for a few reasons. One, Gauntlet, if you mess up, you are probably going to die. Second of all, if it's like a reserve tank or something up there that you just don't want, you could reset and save yourself the trouble of having to get out of Gauntlet.
Yeah. The good thing is they have both Space Jump and Screw Attack, so they can pretty much just fly through this room.
Oh, okay.
As you see CFB doing right now. So let's see what we reveal here, and it's just simply an energy tank, which is useful, but, you know, nothing too special like speed boost.
Yeah. Still better than a reserve tank, though.
Yes, definitely better than a reserve tank. We all know those are the bane of our existences when we try to do these randos.
Alright, CFB making it out, no problem. Leno picking up the E-tank. So, I get the feeling this is going to be one of those healthy start seeds.
Yeah, most likely. We'll see what comes up in the reserve tank area. And then CFBs will probably go down from there to check that E-tank below, I guess below the green Brinstar area. So we do have another E-tank here. Leno following the same route, so we'll just see him do the same things. But basically, it's pretty simple from here on out until they get to the red tower section. If they do get speed somewhere along the way, they will be checking below charge. But besides that, it's basically major items.
I like what CFB did there, opting to open the pink door to Gold 4 early. That way, if you're coming down with Wave Beam, you can just shoot through the floor to the door, and that saves about a second.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice thing to do, I agree.
Alright, so for those of you that are familiar with the Link to the Past randomizer, you can basically think of Brinstar here, green Brinstar and pink Brinstar, as your Kakariko village. That's where we're 99.9% of the time going to always go first. Because there's a few majors here, there's a lot of minors, it's a good place to find ammo, power bombs, all that good stuff you need to get around the map.
So grappling here would be interesting if CFB didn't already have Space Jump, because that would allow him easy access to the X-Ray item, but with Space Jump and Screw Attack, that's already quite easy.
Oh, he almost had it. This is a really difficult trick that CFB is trying to do. I personally have never gotten it, but you can... Oh, well, he just opts to use power bombs. Okay. Right. But you can actually wedge yourself in the wall there and then get a spin jump to destroy that second block. Really good if you don't have power bombs, because you don't want to have to go back to clear down at Edakun's E-tank.
So he picks up some supers here. He's got 15 already. Pretty good count for so early in the run. I think they were power bombs below that on the side. Yeah, so he's going to pick up those as well. So he's in pretty good shape. 5, 15, and 10 now. Leno just following right behind him. So still not much of a difference. We're going to be checking the item down below here in a bit. Interested to see what that'll be.
And Leno with the fast fall, able to get back up through the crumble blocks there. Not required, but it does look cool when you do it.
Alright, simply reserve tank. Once again, something that you normally see and just shy away from and go on.
And a high five through the door.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Alright, so one thing here, CFB does not have high jump or wave yet. Although he does have a pretty ample amount of supers, so there is a side hopper room coming up in Pink Brinstar that allows him to access another major item. And the trick there is a little bit tougher without any of those items, so we'll see what he decides to do here. He may go down the charge first to see if there's an item there that'll help him out.
That wasn't quite low enough to open the door. Skipping the missile pack, I agree with it. And it looks like he is going to go ahead, head into the side hopper room. So the way you set this trick up,
right, like first try?
First try, that was beautiful.
Wow, okay.
So basically what you have to do when you don't have high jump is you have to stand in the door frame there. And basically you just want to edge out just a pixel so your back is still lined up with the wall as you jump. And you need to shoot a super missile as soon as Samus's head starts to touch the corner.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but sometimes I get stuck on doing it, and I'm sure other people do as well. With high jump, it's a lot easier.
With high jump, it's basically free.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is you have to morph, unmorph, turn around in the corner, and then you jump and shoot at just their eye height.
Now, as Nightwolf said, he thought this would be healthy seed, and so far it's been. They've been getting a lot of energy tanks and reserves. CFB did pick up that one that was unfortunately in that side hopper room. So the choice here, and see if he picks up these supers to get 20 now, is will he go up red tower or down? I'm guessing both players are going to check X-ray. I'm not going to say that for sure, but it's not out of the way.
Mildly curious what Leno is opting to do here.
I'm guessing he's just getting extra ammo, because there's nothing else over here, really.
Okay, yeah, he just wanted to check that one minor location. Alright. Yeah, there's with Space Jump, and especially with Screw Attack, there's no reason not to check X-Ray. Do have to be mindful of your power bomb count, because it's definitely a pain to try and get the mid-air morph to get out of X-Ray. Yeah. I personally have never done it.
And CFB is good here with power bombs, and the good thing is he did have 2 packs total, and he gets ice. Ice is very nice, especially for late games. So
yeah.
That's good that he got that. He'll probably turn it off. He already has space jump. He already has a bunch of other items. So
I don't know if he'll opt to turn it off or not. If he'd gotten it like a second item with Morph Ball, then yes, I would definitely say he'd want to turn it off, just because ice is literally the only item that can slow down your climb.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it will be useful for him going up red tower here. He can freeze the last Ripper if he decides to go. And he decides to go down.
Yeah. I think you go down, and with this seed, you clear Spazer, clear Kraid, and then you look at what items you have, because it's potential in the logic. A heat run may be required if you have 4 E-tanks, or a combination of 4 E-tanks or reserves.
Right.
And they both have at least... Oh, wave beam. That is beautiful.
Yeah, so he already has wave, he has ice, and if he gets charged, he's in pretty good shape.
$20 says charges at Shackle.
I sure hope it isn't, because that's pretty much a wild goose chase, and no one will... I guess viewers might want to see that, but the runners themselves do not.
Yeah. Shagtool is the new Master Sword pedestal for Super Metroid. For those, again, the Link to the Past Randomizer fans.
Alright, so CFB's going to go in the warehouse here. There's 2 major items here that he can check. Of course, the item behind Kraid, and the item that gets the door activated after Kraid is dead. So we'll see if those show up as anything. He can also check this minor item as he's going into Kraid. Could be useful if it's a super, and he wants to go down to Ridley after this. But I
don't think he opts to check it. His ammo is decent right now, at setting at 10, 20, 10. And there's, along the way, well, there's a lot of minor items that he can check to find additional supers.
Yeah, definitely. He has a lot of choices, so
yeah,
no reason to check that there.
Setting up the magic pixel to get the quick rise from Kraid, and then try for the quick kill, right, which I don't think he'll have a problem getting.
So he does 2 missiles, 3 supers here. There are a number of different ways to do this, but that is the fastest that I know of.
And whatever you do, children, if you try Randomizer at home, don't use Plasma against Kraid. That is a good way to underflow his health.
Alright, so he picks up another E-tank here. Leno just missing the Kraid quick kill. I think by 1 shot, was it?
I wasn't quite watching. I know he got 2 supers. I don't know if he got a missile. I can say from my experience with missing the Kraid quick kill, yeah, he was a missile and a super short, I think.
Okay.
When Kraid first stands up, you can't force his mouth open after the whatever he shoots out of his stomach area.
Nice item here.
Yeah, high jump boots.
High jump boots. So if CFB gets Varia, he can go down the Ridley.
And I'd say that's exactly what he's planning on. So he'll probably be looking for some more super missiles, looking for Varia suit, and just go straight on to Ridley, because the optimal route, and I'm quoting Wild Anaconda on this, is to go down to Ridley and then just work your way up through the bosses.
Right. It's nice to go to Ridley early. You know, I mean, Crate isn't too much of a diversion. You need to come back up and do that boss fight anyway. So,
yeah,
he got Crate out of the way. He can go down the Ridley as long as he gets the right items, and then you just come up, do Dragon, and do Fancy.
And what I was saying earlier about Crate is once he shoots that item or whatever it is out of his stomach, he will then open his mouth. You can't force his mouth open before that. And he picks up bombs, so no worries about soft locking. That's really good.
Yeah.
He has enough health to check ice, and then he may even go... Well, he doesn't have speed booster yet.
No, he does not. So he can go up and check ice, but of course he can't take the bottom route without speed booster.
Yeah, and that's usually if you're going to... Okay, he's opting to save. I like that decision. Save, check ice, and then, depending on what ice is, probably have to work your way back up.
Yeah. So he's going to have to do some heat runs here that I'm not sure. I think Leno had to do one heat run in his previous race. But yeah, you'll see CFB is going to take heat damage here. And if he doesn't get very at ice, he's going to take additional heat damage if he decides to go to the right. So not too hard to get up here. And the room that ice is in is not heated, so
energy tank. Another energy just tank. Going to opt to reset. I like this. At this point, I feel like he is making. Well, I mean, he could try to go deeper into Norfair, but I feel like that's a big risk that might not pay out.
We'll see what happens. He's either going to go up and right over here, or he's just going to go straight to Fantoon.
And Lenophis opting for heat run to head deeper towards Bubble Mountain.
And he decides to go into Norfair as well.
Decides to do the same thing. All right.
So we'll have two players in the same route.
It's worth noting that because they both opted to skip those power bombs right outside high jump, neither of them have enough ammo for a crystal flash.
That is true, they do not.
Alright, so basically your objective... Oh, CFB's opting to go to Crocomire, whereas Lenophis is opting to check Bubble Mountain.
Alright, so this is interesting, a nice diversion here, so we can see what each player decides to do.
Crocomire is always a risk because you don't know if his items are going to be good. Sometimes he has a suit behind him. Sometimes he has 2 reserve tanks behind him. And that's really depressing when he has 2 reserve tanks behind him.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you want to just take a save beforehand, take a chance on both items, and once again, just reset. So CFB does not have charge. He's probably going to fire some missiles to start off and alternate to a super for the last shot.
Yeah, he needs to be careful, make sure he doesn't do what I ended up doing in the relay race. I got perpetually stuck at Crocomire because I couldn't get enough ammo to push him into the acid, which is really bad. Looks like he is going to be just fine, though.
Alright, so we'll see what he gets here, and it is charged, so that is definitely worth going towards.
Very nice. There. And there was an energy tank at Speed Booster.
So, unfortunately, Lenophis has just been grabbing energy mostly, which, I mean, is not a bad thing. The player's only at 4 and 5 energy tanks so far, so pretty good amount. This is about the area where you can say, well, I might stop grabbing energy tanks.
If I was them, I would opt for 7 8 if you're uncomfortable with MB3, or excuse me, MB2.
Yeah, the nice thing is if you do get 7 or 8, you have the comfort of not worrying about many things throughout the run, and then once you get to Mother Brain 2, of course, you can do stand glitch.
Yeah. Let's see. Leno going to check Wave right now. So we'll see what that has in store. Hopefully it is something good. And X-Ray.
X-Ray. He does have the advantage of doing some special boss kills, but that's about it.
Oh,
and Varia.
Varia.
So Crocomire has delivered Charge and Varia at the grapple location, which is awesome. Which means that this is pretty much a Crocomire seed.
Now, if I was CSB, and I would go up and check that ammo pack there, because I personally would want some more ammo going to fight Ridley.
Yeah, so obviously, I guess the plan here for CFB is to go straight down the Ridley. It would make the most sense.
Yeah.
We'll see if he checks this. The big thing is he has Charge already, and he has 20. What does he have? 20 supers, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's more than set because he has Charge and Wave. So he's gonna deal some pretty good damage to Ridley just with his charge shots, and with the 20 supers, he should be just fine.
And yeah, I'd say that's exactly where CFB is going to go. He may opt to check Bubble Mountain. No, he's heading straight for Norfair, or Lower Norfair, to go fight Ridley. What he will probably do is a lot of runners like to opt to check Bubble Mountain after they do Ridley, because you're already over there.
And Speed Booster is over there for Leno, so that is also interesting. We'll see if CFB sees that on the way out.
I think with these items and realizing that he has Speed Booster, he'll think, hey, I could go check Crocomire.
Right.
And hopefully that will point him in the direction of Varia.
So we see CFB doing Lava Dive here. You take damage while you're doing this, but as long as you have high jump, it's not too hard. If you do not have high jump, you have to rely on iframes from some damage that you take.
Yeah. And very good. Leno opting to go down to Crocomire. He is going to be rewarded with that, and I'm sure we'll see him follow the exact same path that CFB is going now, with heading down to Ridley.
Now, CFB has a pretty good set of items here. I assume he's still going to do Green Gate Glitch? Yeah, he will.
You want to do Green Gate Glitch here for a number of reasons. Even if you're not looking for items, this is a great place to refill on super missiles before Ridley, because the Rippers there, I believe that's what they're called, have a guaranteed super missile drop. And then after that, they will give you large health, which there's an energy fill right above where Screw Attack's normal location is.
Right, and it looks like Leno's stream is frozen up a bit. Hopefully, it comes back soon.
Yeah.
I think he's streaming on Hitbox instead of Twitch. It seems to have blacked out, so just give him a bit. Hopefully, it comes back soon. You can see that CFB is just cruising through this room as he has both space and Screw Attack.
And since he has space and Screw Attack, worst room in the game is nothing more than a funny joke.
Yeah, it's
which is beautiful because trying to get through this room without space jump and Screw Attack is awful.
Alright, so CFB can choose to go straight down to Ridley. He can choose to check the Fire Flea E-Tank before anything else. We'll see what he decides to do.
I don't know. Okay, yeah. He opts to check it. Makes sense if you find Spacer or Plasma over there. That increases your damage exponentially.
And he does.
There is Plasma. So he just needs gravity for go mode.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this is a pretty nice seed so far.
Yeah, I would be really happy playing this seed.
Yeah, so all he needs at this point is 20 shots on Ridley. Charged plasma shots, charged plasma wave, and Ridley's dead. He doesn't even need to worry about his supers. I mean, you know, supers as far as the Ridley fight goes and damage per second does the most amount of damage, but he doesn't really need to worry about it too much. If he gets Ridley in a pogo, best to use supers. If Ridley's flying around, he might just want to use charged plasma wave.
Gets both KOs, very nice. Opting to hitbox the space pirate so he can run through them without taking damage with a super. Very nice pirate room.
So unfortunately, Leno has, I guess, pinged out of IRC. His connection might be dead. Hopefully we see him come back soon, but in the meantime, please just enjoy CFB fighting Ridley. Alright, so CFB opts to get 4 supers off there and charge shot. We'll probably stick to charge unless Ridley starts pogoing.
I like just picking a consistent damage source because it's easier for me to count shots than it is to calculate Ridley's health.
Yeah, agreed.
But I'm sure CFB knows exactly what he's doing because he is just swapping back and forth like he is a mathematical genius. And Ridley is dead, so CFB indeed a mathematical genius.
Yeah, it makes it look pretty easy. So CFB will most likely check this item just in case it's something interesting like, for instance, gravity. And it's Phaser, which he does not want.
Funny joke, game.
Now, the funny thing about picking up Spazer is it actually switches your beam from Plasma to Spazer when you pick it up, which is kind of annoying. You need to switch back.
So if you had to place a bet, where do you think we're going to find Gravity at?
Gravity, okay. I would guess it's somewhere in Wreck Ship. I'm not going to guess Meridia.
I think that Gravity is going to be underneath charge.
Okay, I was actually going to think about that as well. Yeah, we didn't check underneath charge, so it definitely could be there, and that would be pretty trolly.
I have found it there several times, both in previous versions of the logic for Randomizer and in this current logic too. English is hard.
Yeah, I mean, if it's below charge, I recently saw CFB doing a run where it was below charge, so I'm sure he'll remember that instance because it was particularly bad, and he might decide to go and check it. But yes, Gravity could basically be anywhere. It could be early in Meridia. It could be anywhere in Wreck Ship at any of the major item locations and at the right supers.
There is only a handful of locations Gravity can spawn. One being Criteria, the other being Blue Star, and then it can spawn at Plasma, Spring Ball, or behind Dragon. And we have Leno back.
Very nice, okay. So he is in Meridia now. Interesting.
That's interesting. So, looks like he found Varia and decided to opt for suitless Meridia.
Now, this is something else entirely. I don't know if I've seen a runner try to do this. I mean, it's making it interesting, definitely.
I mean, it's definitely interesting. I'm not sure. We're going to see some X-ray strats out of CFB.
Alright, so this fish here that Leno is trying to jump on can be pretty nasty. When you first enter the room, the height of the fish is higher than when you spend more time in the room because the fish gradually moves a little bit lower. It looks like he'll be able to get the jump right here, and he does. Okay. This is a particularly tricky part in RBO, And if you want to do Suitless Meridia in Randomizer, it can be annoying as well.
He killed the crab, so he is going to have to wait for the slow crab. I don't know if he actually knows it's coming. It looks like he's trying to get as much height as possible from that little ramp there.
Oh, man. This is...
Oh, I don't... Okay, he sees it coming. Alright, crisis averted, everybody.
Okay, good.
CFB currently cleaning up Bubble Mountain. We know his next item he will find will be Speed Booster.
Alright, so Leno does get up here. I'm not sure what he's checked so far. I'm guessing he has not gone to Mama Turtle. So that will be his next spot.
Yeah. And I do like this decision from Leno. Obviously, we know that he can go down to Lower Norfair, and I'm a strong advocate of Lower Norfair first, but with the items he's given, he was given the items relatively early on to do Meridia Suitless.
Yeah. And CFB does find Speed Booster, so that's huge for him.
Now he is going over to over towards Botland. He may opt to save and then go back. That is a strat I like to do sometimes. That way, if gravity's not at Mama Turtle, you don't have to do Main Street again.
Saving though.
He isn't. So he may have already done it because he was offline there for a little bit.
So what he needs to do here is a grapple jump. Okay, so yeah, he already got into it. So
that's one of the nice, neat little tricks you can do in Suitless Meridia. We will see him if Gravity Suit is not in Meridia. We will see him have to do that again to escape Dragon's room, and it's a lot more difficult there because you have to grapple the electricity, so you're constantly taking damage. So you have to be mindful of your health. And that's just all kinds of fun.
So to get through this spot right here, he's going to have to do a ice clip where he uses his Machtroid to get through the top panel right here. You'll see him duck and then just kind of jump up through that panel.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, but if you don't know the inputs for it, it can be a little frustrating to start with.
You can just do like I do and mash buttons until it works.
Yeah, exactly. So Batoon, pretty basic. Just make sure you get all your super shots off on him.
That was a very nice fight.
Yeah, very nice. So CFB, it looks like he's going to go back and check underneath charge.
I like this decision. I've seen it there a fair bit. No, this is... Okay. So, Gravity Suit not there. Will Leno opt to check Sandpit? Because Sandpit's the last place that it could be in...
Well, I'm not sure if he went to Mama Turtle, because we didn't see some of the stream, so...
Well, that's true, too.
Yeah.
Assuming he's checked Mama Turtle, left Sandpit is the last place it could be for him. And it's almost not worth the time sink to check left Sandpit for Gravity, because it's so difficult to get up there.
Well, this may be a revelation here as CFB grabs this, and it's an
energy tank.
So that did not pay off for him. We'll see what Leno comes up with here. If Gravity happens to be in left Sandpit, that would be huge. That is one trolley seed.
That would be huge for Leno.
Alright, so he can check this with...
Oh, he almost got it. If he'd ledge grab there. Looks like, yeah, he got up.
Alright, nice. So, ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, these wall jumps here can be pretty tough. You need to maintain a good rhythm in between here.
I'm not sure why he keeps morphing. I'm gonna assume those are accidental inputs.
Yeah, I run into the same issue myself.
And this is why I'm a strong advocate for playing on keyboard, even though I know most Super Metroid runners want to crucify me for it.
Oh, he should get... Okay. Oh, no, he falls back down.
Oh, no, that's
man.
awful.
Alright, so CFB opting to go up to Wreck Ship. Hopefully he gets what he needs there. In the meantime, we'll see if Leno can get his way up here and figure out if this horrible sandpit room does indeed contain an item that they all need. Not need, I guess.
Oh, okay, he's out.
Alright, nice. So he can lay a power bomb here and see what's in there.
Oh, he fell down the crumble blocks. That is
I was really hoping he would just stay in place, because as soon as you lay the power bomb, you can just get an idea of what's up there.
Yeah. He didn't actually lay the power bomb. It's a reserve tank.
Oh man.
Oh, so that means gravity. Well, it still could be a Mama Turtle. We don't
Could be
know
a Mama Turtle, but we'll see if CFB encounters it soon after he defeats Fantoon.
Right now, gravity being at Mama Turtle is the dream.
Alright, so CFB has X-Ray triggered here. I'm not completely sure.
So the way this quick kill works, the way it was explained to me was you have to shoot him with a missile first, and then you can use the quick kill on him. And that makes sense because right as his eye takes damage, he'll close it.
Yeah.
But if he's flying around the screen, there's a little bit of delay on it, which is partly why... Lord, what's that strat called? Doppler?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's partly why Doppler works. And someone that is much more knowledgeable about the game can either confirm or deny what I'm saying.
Either way, CFB still makes quick work of Fantoon. And,
doing a nice little celebratory dance for putting the ghost in his place. I think all SM runners can agree to that.
Yeah, the strats for Fantoon and Batoon and Dragon, if you ever want to see the X-ray kills for that, just go watch some of the top runners do GT Classic. They all have to do those fights pretty quickly.
Alright, so Leno opting not to go back into Meridia. I think that means he has checked Mama Turtle, and that means gravity is going to be in Wreck Ship, which gives CFB a huge lead.
So CFB gonna check this item right here. Could be something big, hopefully. If not,
he's gonna be an energy tank.
Exactly. So too bad about that.
Have they found all 4 reserve tanks? I think they have.
I've seen at least 3, I think.
Yeah, at least 3.
Yeah. So he's going to go into the Specky Death Room that he really doesn't need to worry about too much. He's going to take a save beforehand because he can just reset if the item at the Wreck Ship E-Tank is just crap.
Someone needs to time this out to see if saving is actually faster than coming back.
Hey, it definitely is if you just reset right away after seeing the item.
I like this, taking the room slow, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary damage, which he has variously, so the damage is cut dramatically. One thing to note about Gravity Suit does not protect against environmental damage. That's why, and it was a good decision that was made. Basically,
and there it is.
There's Gravity
There's
Suit.
Gravity.
That is so heartbreaking for Leno.
Well, Leno is on his way to Wreck Ship right now. He's actually inside Wreck Ship, so he'll see that soon, as long as he decides to go to the Wreck Ship E-Tank area.
Now does he decide? We're going to see Forgotten Highway, ladies and gentlemen. But as I was saying before, CFB found gravity. Gravity doesn't protect against environmental damage. I think you still take normal damage from spikes. You still take heat damage. One thing to note about it, though, that's really interesting, when you have various suit, but not gravity, you still take damage when you fall in lava. Now, from my experience, and one of the developers can confirm or deny this, when you have gravity suit, but not Varia, you still take the normal heat room damage, but you don't actually take damage while you're in the lava. And again, that's my own findings. Developers can confirm or deny this.
I'll let them confirm or deny because, sometimes I'm confused about some things in Rando.
Yeah, Rando's its own beast entirely.
Alright, so Leno going for, looks like missile kill here. Gets a mid pattern there. Switches over to, okay, let's see.
He's trying to do
these are old school strats here.
I think he turned off the wrong beam on accident. Maybe not, though. Ice shield strats.
Yeah, I mean the strat that I was thinking of was the Hadarubi strat, where he jumps up, he pauses, and then he triggers the X Factor afterwards.
It looks like that was what he was going for originally.
Right.
Unfortunately, missing the timing.
Alright, so CFB now, after he goes down the, I don't know what that thing's called, the toilet chute, he's gonna be on his way to
I like that name. Can somebody put that on the Super Metroid wiki?
Please do not.
Please
do not credit me for that either. That's terrible.
It's great because of how bad Meridia is.
So Leno ends up killing Ridley. Leno ends up killing Fantoon here. And he will hopefully find gravity very soon. Well, thank you, Cross. Appreciate it.
To answer that question, Cross, no, I don't think so. And the only reason I say that is because if he was down there, I feel like he would have opted to check Fire Fleas, and he would have Plasma Beam. Because you're not going to pass up on Plasma Beam.
Alright, so we see Lenophis heading into the room that will give him the item he needs, and he'll probably be pretty grateful about that. CFB heading to the Botwoon fight now. Since he already has gravity, no need to worry about anything. He can just use Speed Booster to get straight through here.
And again, I'm sure we'll see some X-ray shenanigans.
Yeah, the Botwoon fight is very easy with X-ray. You deal a ton of damage to him, and you can see that he's already dead.
So to give you an idea of how much damage is being done there, Charge Wave, Plasma, and Ice does 900 damage altogether when you charge it up. Balloon only has 3,000 health.
Yeah.
So that'll give you an idea. Let's see. Goes for the full half. He looks like he's gonna get it just fine. Yeah, just fine. Beautiful.
Really nice. Really nice. Alright, so alternatively for Dragon, can't remember if it's 7 or 8 shots that you need with X-ray, but it's one of those two.
I keep thinking Dragon has 6,000 health, but I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me on that. I say that and probably half the chat's gonna quote me.
But we'll see something very similar here. Basically, what he's going to do is he might crouch, because if you crouch, then you know that Dragon is dead as soon as you stand up. But otherwise, I think there's another If you look at the eye, you'll see a difference.
There's
And
also
there it
an
is.
audio cue you can hear because Dragon makes this weird noise when you kill him/her/it. That sounds sort of like grapple beam.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I play the game with the sound off, so I don't always get the audio cues.
Right. Looks like we're having a little bit of lag on Leno's side.
All right, so CFB, all bosses are down. He's going to be going to G. He has been in game mode ever since he got in gravity.
Yeah, this looks like a nice sub-hour pace.
Yep.
He doesn't want to do the same mistake I did in a randomizer run. He's gonna want to stop at the ship or stop somewhere and refill on ammo because you need at least 6 missiles and 10 super missiles to take down Mother Brain's first phase. You can't use your beam at all to damage her. From my experience, you can have one of your super missiles randomly eaten by something.
Now, he could take a chance here and go straight to the Metroid rooms and just bet he gets the drops he needs. And if he doesn't, he can always revisit a room, as long as he doesn't kill all the Metroids in them.
This is heartbreaking. Leno is checking Shack Tool.
What is Leno missing at this point? Let me see. So he has Charge Ice Wave.
The only thing I would guess he's looking for would be a beam upgrade.
Yeah, the only thing he would be looking for is either Plasma or Spacer. So I'm not really sure why he's going in here.
I mean, beams are nice, but in a race setting, you have both suits. You have to assume your opponent has both suits too.
Yeah, I mean, he has 35 supers, he has Charge Ice Wave, he's pretty much good to go as far as the Mother Brain fight goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a slow fight, but it's...
I think with Charge Ice Wave, it might be like 120 or 90. I can't remember if it's 90 or 120 with Charge Ice Wave, but it's something around that.
Give me just a second. I will, if I can figure out how to type Super Metroid. One thing I like to do when I'm racing Super Metroid is I actually keep a chart up of all the different damage. So Ice and Wave with Charge does 180, so that's 180 divided by, what is it, 18,000? So that's 100 shots, right?
Yeah. Oh, Cross is saying 90 is Charge plus Ice only? No, that's not right.
Well, I know Mother Brain's second phase has the same amount of health as Ridley. So you need 30 supers for Ridley, but Ridley takes double damage from supers, so you actually need twice the amount there, which is 60. And supers do 300, so 60, yeah, she has 1,800 health, or 18,000 health.
Charge plus Ice is 90, but he has Wave too? Oh, dude, I'm so confused now.
Ice is 60, because it's 200 shots.
Oh, 90 damage, not shots. Oh my god, dude. Okay, sorry.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's tough to watch the stream.
Right.
It's tough to watch the stream and read chat at the same time. I'm sorry. I thought you meant 90 shots.
Top of that.
I'm sorry.
Back to what we were originally intended to do. Looks like CFB is struggling a little bit with the Metroid rooms, but no problem. Makes it through. Has plenty enough ammo for MB1. And I think at this point you force stand-up with X-Ray. Because you can force it with X-Ray even though you don't have the 7 energy tanks, right?
Can you really? I actually have no idea beyond the need for 7 energy tanks.
I would assume so. Someone in chat that's smarter than we are can confirm or deny.
Alright, Alright, so CFB gets grabbed pretty quickly there by the big Metroid. But he doesn't really have to worry about much, so he'll just refill and
Yeah. And Leno getting the halfie. Nicely done. I've almost gotten the halfie several times. Actually, I think I've gotten the halfie once and tried for the full halfie but didn't get it. It's kind of shameful to admit this, but I actually struggle with mid-air sparking.
Alright, so CFB has 10 and 13 here, so he should be all set. Leno going into the dragon fight right now. See if he gets through Zeb Skip without any issue. He's going to just destroy those Rinkas there, take down Mother Brain 1, and then have a pretty easy Mother Brain 2 fight.
And same thing for Ridley as with Mother Brain 2, just 20 charge shots with Plasma Wave Ice. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, and he can take a few shots here. Doesn't really matter too much. Maybe even a catch-up, as long as every single catch-up doesn't hit him.
Alright. Yeah. Alright, he made it through Mother Brain 2. That's the scary part of the run over.
And then Leno trying to do the grapple kill here. Looks like he got it.
So at that point, Leno only has to go fight Ridley, and then hopefully find Plasma, and then head on to Mother Brain. CFB, I wonder if he'll opt to save the animals this time.
Wait, are you saying CFB is going to opt to save the animals?
I mean, you never know.
I would say there was a 100% chance that he will not save the animals. My personal opinion, but
wasn't he one of the runners in the relay that saved the animals?
Did he?
I'm fairly certain he did. It was either him or Elminster. I could be wrong.
I think Elminster might have. You know what? My track record is not great as far as remembering things go, so I'm going to opt out of this one.
It was either him or Elminster. It was one of the two, because it's someone I regularly watch. And then they came into chat afterwards and said they felt so dirty about it.
Either way, I'm going to err on the side of caution here and say that the CFB will not save the animals.
Yeah, probably not. But, you know. Chat, if you want him to save the animals, I'm going to need you guys to go ahead and just spam some Franker's Eve. And if not, well, find an emote for kill them. Because I don't know of any emote for kill the animals.
Alright, so CFB has Mother Brain 3 down, only has the escape to do. Is going to get another time that's very similar to his last one. I think he had like a 56 or a 57 on the last run, so this one will be pretty similar. Looks like he'll get, I don't know, just under a 55 maybe?
Yeah. You know, I've recently started struggling with that gate room there. Like, sometimes I can make it through just fine, other times the top gates catch me.
It's all in timing on the second E in escape. So as soon as you see the second E in escape, you just jump straight up, you drop down, and you usually get 3 minutes exactly in your time.
Interesting. No moonfall in the escape room, unfortunately.
Alright, so CFB has officially finished, spoilers, on SRL with a time of 54:50, and you will see that happening soon.
D10 just brought up a good point. I couldn't have seen CFB save the animals. I was running at the same time he was.
Yeah.
So it was Elminster. So yeah, I really doubt we'll see him save the animals. I'm looking forward to the first person that does, though.
Spoilers, he did finish, yeah. I mean, there were a lot of adversities that he needed to go through in the escape, but he got through all of them.
Yeah.
He made his way to the ship, and he successfully pressed down once he reached the ship. So congratulations to CFB on his victory. He will be advancing to round 2, and
or
will
technically
be going
round 1, because
technically it's round 1 because it's the pre-round. So he'll be advancing to round 1, and he will be going up. I think I saw Cross say something about him going up against CFB. I'm not completely sure, but I'm guessing that's going to be the next bracket. So
let me see if I can pop the bracket up here for a second. Here we go. See where that puts CFB. All right, yeah, that leads CFB up to cross product in the first round.
Nice, and that is going to be a very good matchup. Personally, I think this is going to be a very good matchup, and we'll see what happens there. Cross product, of course, loves to get high jump and barrier early, so we're just going to be hoping for a scene where everyone goes to Ridley first. In the meantime, no, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say that is the dream.
Yeah. In the meantime, we're watching Leno go to Ridley now. He is in go mode. He's been in go mode for a while. I guess he just wants one more beam, and that's all he's looking for.
Unfortunately, messing up the space jump into that big room. That room can be really trolly if you mess up the space jump.
Yeah, I mean, if you fall down and you're able to react quick enough, then the acid will not rise.
He's not going for plasma beam.
So this is not a totally bad thing if he wants to farm beforehand, but he will be wasting time. Because he does have a lot of supers at this point. He has 35, more than enough to kill Ridley without having to worry about the beam.
And obviously, he doesn't know that Plasma's over there. He could think it's going to be an energy tank or something and want to save it for when he's leaving, which makes sense. And honestly, if you know you have over 30 supers and you're comfortable with the Ridley fight with supers, which I actually prefer fighting him with supers as the charge, then this is a good decision on his part.
Yeah, I think one of the easiest things you can get in the Ridley fight is just getting him to pogo twice and unloading supers on him, because you can do a massive amount of damage in a short period of time. If you don't have super... Go ahead.
Go ahead, you.
If you don't have supers, you kind of don't want the pogo pattern, because you can get into a rhythm where as he flies up and swoops back down again, you can just keep firing off a charge over and over again.
Yeah, what I was going to say is that it is actually easier, at least for me, as a normal human being, to count the amount of supers I miss while fighting Ridley instead of paying attention to dodging his attacks while keeping track of the number of charge shots I've shot, while keeping track of the charge timer. Also, Deer Force! Chat better be spamming Deer Force.
Deer Force? We'll see what CFB's item completion percentage is.
To answer your question, Master Knives, the Space Pirates have 1,800 health, I believe it is. It takes 2 charge plasma wave ice shots and 3 super missiles.
Okay, so he's opting to go in with 20 supers. That means he'll need a number of charge shots, or to lay power bombs, or to use his missiles, because the 20 alone will not be enough.
Looks like he opts to go ahead and turn on. Oh, he's I think he opted for X Factor there. I couldn't see it because the stream was lagging.
Yeah, same.
But I know he did pause. And looked like he was in position to go with a beam combo. Yeah, he opted for X Factor.
And did it? Okay, alright. Every time he pauses, I'm like, oh no, his stream's gonna go out again. It's fine. and CFB will probably start doing some other game again. So feel free to be entertained by either runner here. So Leno's sticking to the charge shots here. He'll probably start unloading supers before long.
Ooh, Tetris. Featuring Yoshi.
Yes, Moonwalk is used in 80%. If you wish to use it, there's no requirement.
Don't let him lie. You are required to use it.
You're totally not required to use it, and I still have not.
Actually, some of the top tier players, including Wild Anaconda and as he said, don't use it.
Whoa! Did you just classify me under top tier player? I sure hope you didn't, because I am nowhere near that.
I mean, you're a decent player.
Okay, I guess in the broad scheme of things, I'm a decent player. And thank you, I appreciate that. And Lenophis has gotten past Ridley. He only had 91 energy left, but he, I'm not sure if he had one reserve or more.
I think he only had one.
Just one, okay.
Could be wrong, though. I might be watching some Yoshi Tetris.
Yeah, the Yoshi Tetris is kind of distracting, so... we see that Leno did get Spazer here. It will probably go to the Firefleet E-Tank and find out that Plasma is there. And at that point,
kicking himself for not checking it.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be a completion run in terms of major items. The only thing he doesn't have is Spring Ball, unfortunately. Spring Ball is really the only thing that makes a run incredible to watch.
I like that, just opting to take the...
Ooh, he goes back down through the platform, nice.
If I had a nickel for every time I done that, not just through one of them, but through both of them, trying to climb back up, I'd have a fair amount of money.
Yeah. Well, I just realized the randomizer command is actually for... It's interesting.
Yeah. The SM command, it leads to the, I believe it's the tournament website, whose name I'm not even going to make an attempt at pronouncing because I know I'm going to screw it up. Okay,
right, so...
I thought he was going to skip it there for a second.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's in go mode, so he could, but of course, grabbing it is worthwhile here. 20 shots instead of 60 on Mother Brain.
Yeah, nobody wants to skip Plasma, and like I said, gonna be kicking himself for not getting it earlier. But yeah, at this point, all he has to do is get back to his ship, refill, or I assume that's where he's going to refill, because I would not tempt Metroid RNG with that health.
Yeah, he has not much health. He has to make it through these key hunters, but very easy with screw attack, of course.
Yeah.
But he only has 8 missiles and 2 supers, so I'm pretty sure that he's just going to refill the ship.
Yeah.
And if I knew the first thing about the game that CFB was playing, I would try to add some commentary to it, but to be honest,
I know it was at a GDQ, and it was actually relatively fun to watch.
There's definitely a lot of stuff happening.
I think the way this particular game works is like you clear blocks and it sends them over to your opponent, and the idea is to flood your opponent's board before they can clear enough and whoever floods their opponent first wins.
Nice. Alright, so the route that Leno will take through here, the most efficient way, is once he gets to the tube room, he's just going to go straight up through Meridia, then take Red Tower, back to the ship, most likely refill the ship, and make his way to G4, where he'll finish off Turian. Now, while we're in somewhat of a lull here, while we're waiting for down to Turian, I'm just gonna pull something up here. Just give me a second. All right. So for anyone interested, tomorrow we have another round of matches. The first two matches tomorrow will be at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. They will be Captain Duck versus Travatox. And then after that, at 7 p.m. and 8:30 p.m., we'll have Cephalov versus JC. So be sure to check those out. 4 more matches tomorrow. Should be pretty awesome. We're really getting this tournament off pretty well in terms of the number of matches in the first few days. So hopefully the momentum will keep up and everyone will stay interested in the brackets and the advancement of all these runners.
And don't worry, there's going to be plenty more Super Metroid to come. By the time everything is said and done, you are going to be sick of Super Metroid.
Yeah, pretty much. There's going to be a lot of matches.
I think it was like, 300 some potential matches or more?
I have no idea. The last time I did math was in like 6th grade, so I have no idea.
There was a statistic put down by someone that's a lot smarter than I am at the potential amount of matches, but it's been a while since I looked at it.
Yeah, but July 19th also totally filled up. We have like 6 or 7 matches on that day. July 20th, 3 more matches. 21st, 22nd, just matches throughout. So if you want to waste all your time watching Super Metroid, totally feel free to. I think it'll be very entertaining to see all these. Alright, Leno is now down in Turian. He refilled the ship. He has 15 missiles and 40 supers. He has more than enough to get through Turian without any issue. So
yeah, won't have to see him bother with Gate Glitch, with Zebaton Skip.
Yeah.
Which obviously we didn't see him attempt last time. I don't know if he's comfortable with it or not.
Yeah, I mean, Lenophis seems to use a lot of old school strats. I'm guessing he's a runner that was around a while ago, probably before my time. So I see him doing a lot of things that I'm not as familiar with, because it was kind of things that, you know, when I was watching runs, maybe Smokey or Hadarubi did. Yeah, he doesn't even need to worry about it because he has so many supers, and each Zeb takes 4 supers, so he can get through those really easily.
Yeah. I think the most old school runner that I heard about before I actually joined the Super Metroid community was Red Scarlet.
Yeah, Red Scarlet is also another huge one, and she had the world record for 100% for a while, I believe. Right, so he attempted to go for Baby Skip right there, but got grabbed pretty quickly. Turns off Varia, so that means that he, of course, is planning on doing Santa Glitch.
Yeah. He did opt to also turn off both suits. I think the logic there was he was going to attempt Baby Skip, but he didn't expect to get it, which is why he opted to take the damage in the first place. Obviously, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're going to get Baby Skip to take that damage, because then you just have to refill anyways. But if you don't think you're going to get it, I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Someone in chat asked what time tomorrow. Just to review, for July 18th, there's 4 matches going on, and they're starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern U.S. time.
I actually need to look at the schedule myself.
Alright, so we're going into the Mother Brain one now. We'll see if he opts out of Zeb skip.
Oh wow, there is a lot of matches scheduled since I last looked at this.
Yeah, the chart is pretty much full at this point. It's pretty hyped to see. Leno's stream locking up again. Unfortunately, we'll just have to imagine what he's doing here.
I assume he's going to kill some Zebatods with some super missiles.
Most likely, I would say so as well. CFB definitely moving some blocks around, and that's all I can say due to my lack of knowledge.
I think I understand another part of that game. So the way it works to break those big blocks, you have to connect 3 or more blocks next to the big ones to get them to break down into blocks you can use.
All right, that makes sense. All right, so just off the top of my head, if I was Lenophis right now, I'd probably be somewhere in the beginning of the Mother Brain 2 fight, maybe 10 or 11 shots in.
Yeah, somewhere right around there.
It looks like he actually got disconnected from IRC, so yeah, his stream did drop out. Hopefully he reconnects soon, and we can see the end. But yeah, in the meantime, please enjoy Tetris Attack,
some moving blocks.
And also the randomness of the Blat timer, which actually corresponds to the randomizer race itself, as I think that Blat moves around the screen based on a pseudo-random number generator. I don't know. Either way, you can draw a connection. Sounds good to me.
You could totally convince me it does. Let's go ahead and I got a question, chat. Do you guys have any early predictions of who's going to take the tournament?
I'm not going to say anything, but we could statistically derive this from the predictions that have been going on.
Yeah, I've raced a fair amount of people in the Super Metroid Randomizer tournament here.
I'm going to go with Klebhard as well. Alright, so Lenophis is back on the screen now.
Oh, he is back.
And he did do the stand-up glitch. And
very nice.
Mother Brain Tree is dead.
Yeah, that is a perfect stand-up.
Yeah.
It looks like CFB got a 1224 in Tetris Attack. I have no idea if that's a good time or not.
It could be world record. We have no idea.
I assume it is, because I know from what I can remember from the GDQ run that I saw, Bowser can be really trolly.
Alright, so there was an upcoming match, of course, slated after this for CFB versus Lenophis. That will not be occurring, as CFB has swept this in 2. But grats to CFB, and grats to Lenophis for doing 2 nice randomizers. This has been a good match. It's been fun to watch, so thanks to both of the runners for this.
And definitely follow the runners. They're both very good Super Metroid players, and also stream some other stuff, so you can check that out, like Tetris Attack. So if you're a fan of Tetris Attack or Super Metroid, you know, give these guys a follow. And I think that about wraps it up for us.
Yep, Lenophis finishing in second place with an official time of 1:14.19. Good game to him. And be sure to check out the matches tomorrow. It's going to be an awesome continuation to the tournament.
I guess we'll stick around for one more Deer Force.
Sure.
Chad, get your Deer Forces ready.
The time for the first run, I can pull that up right now. CFB finished... for this run, CFB finished his time in 54.50 and 1:14.19 for Lenophis. I believe the previous run, CFB was around 57 or so?
Somewhere right around there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Lenophis' time was. Probably similar to his this time around.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Captain Spider, Corporal Spider, but to answer your question, if you're talking about N4H, he is. As far as Andy goes, I don't actually know if he is in or not yet. If he is, I haven't seen him on the brackets. But I also didn't look too hard. There was just a few key people that I moved around in my predictions.
Alright, so I think Lenophis might have cut his stream early. Everyone can just preemptively say Deer Force, and that works out in the end, so... Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. My name is Typo, and I've been doing this commentary with Nightwolf, and we'll see you next mission.
See you next mission.